What's up, guys? It's Frank here with another user-submitted replay from PhleBuster, our red Infernal player who already has a shrine going down, against our blue Infernal player, NightEnd. So an IvI on Titan's Causeway. Personally, I love IvI matchups, regardless of people saying it's like, oh, whether mirrors are fun to watch or not. The sheer amount, the volume of units that pop out for Infernal players, especially with Infest, and the fact that a lot of their units are maybe not as high of a supply cost as some of the other armies, some of the other races have, leads to some pretty epic looking battles. Like you'll see an entire screen just covered in skellies and little blood splats from stuff. Oh, and they don't shoot anything. They do have their squishy little footsteps though, which I find adorable. And and the effects on the ground aren't as like square. They actually blend into the ground a bit. I do like that. Okay. So back down to PhleBuster's side of the map, we see a vault and a conclave going down, and it looks like the vault's gonna finish up first. Oh wow, looks like everything's finishing up at once. Another vault and a conclave. Whoa! Save some for the imps. Okay. Now, looks like the shrine for NightEnd is just finishing up. But does he have a single vault? It's just a single vault done. I don't know how PhleBuster's pulling so far ahead here. But it kind of feels like he is. Felhog's contributing as much as they can to this fight. Somebody get this Felhog a veterancy stripe here. And yeah, now some of these Infernal units are just going to chill at the resort at Health Camp. They're going to run past the chicken farm. Now, are these all the same? I think they do all have the same. There's no like different skins for the chickens yet. I'll be amazed if there aren't in the future though. Frost Giant. Alright, so we're finally going to see the first contact between these two armies, and these the Fiends are just going to be nibbling at the heels of this Brute here. And they might try to get us... Oh, wow, they do take out a Brute, actually, but now there's... now the Fiend advantage goes to NightEnd, which is not a great spot to be in, especially for these... some of the slower ranged units like the Gaunts and the Hexen. You don't want to get caught and then suddenly you're taking hits from Brutes just because you couldn't leave. That never feels good. So PhleBuster, realizing he doesn't want to engage directly, kind of scouts down here, sees the Shroud, sees this imp, and says, man, what a nice base. What a lovely finished shrine that you can't cancel anymore. I think I'll kill it. Meanwhile, back at home, let's see, all 4 production structures are just fine and dandy and happy. I don't think we see... No upgraded tier 2 yet. Just another farm coming down. Alright, now we're going to see them truly come together and engage. And, yeah, it looks like it's just going to be skulls versus skulls. Oh, and so many imps are turning into structures to avoid getting infested by that Hexen. And every time they cancel, that's just Luminite that evaporated. Whoa, nice shot. Now the shrine's going to go down. I think we're going to see some of these Fiends trying to reinforce. No, there's no way. It's just a lost cause at this point. So this is looking like it might be... Oh, Superstone goes down. That's pretty helpful, actually, for adding DPS into the base defense. But what's NightEnd's next move here? I mean, he doesn't really have much in the way of an army. PhleBuster's just going to camp on top of his health camp and regenerate his units and camp out on top of the Shroud as well. So there's really... This might just... Oh, no, the Magmadon might have something else to say about that. Yeah, this is... Yeah, like there was almost no damage done to that Magmadon. Yeah, the Magmadon's tankiness, as well as the amount of... like, it can regenerate white health by doing the consume. It's not taking bonus damage from anything right now. That's on the PhleBuster's side of the map. Magmadon might be the saving grace for this natural expansion now, and a backup Magmadon comes forward. The The original one getting fantastic stomps off here. Just charging straight into these gaunts, which aren't going to be able to get back into the safety of the health camp. At least, not enough to fully regenerate. And yeah, PhleBuster's doing as much damage as he possibly can. But again, these Magmadons are just so tanky. Nightfall Infestation goes down. Does connect with quite a bit of PhleBuster's gaunts. Pair that with a good with good surface area on the Magmadon stomps, and that's quite a few. That was quite a few gaunts killed there. Finally, both Magmadons go down, and it looks like both armies are still like just streaming units in to try and do as much damage as they can. I think PhleBuster's missing tankiness in this composition right now. We know he's got Iron Vaults. There we go. Get that brute inside of the health camp, so it's regenerating health and Shroud Skin at the same time. And another Magmadon coming on forward. And, oh, he's got a fantastic connection around all those gaunts, and they all get hit by the Nightfall. So that's just going to turn into Fiend after Fiend. The Hexen is going to try and get out, but gets cut down by the Fiends instead. And that's going to end, really, most of the aggression here from PhleBuster. What a hold! NightEnd, hats off to you, man. That was fantastic. I really thought you were done for a second there. Alright, PhleBuster trying to bait out the Shadow Demons to do damage, but it's just a level 1 camp, so there's really not much that's going to get done, except for NightEnd getting the Creep Bounty as well as the Vision Camp there. PhleBuster does decide to take a third here at the Double Luminite. It looks like NightEnd wants to do the same thing. PhleBuster's ahead by half a shrine. Yeah. He'll be fine, he'll be fine. This little pack of Fiends wants to come on down to this triangle third. Doesn't see anything there. And now he's going to scout out the Double Luminite. And I don't think PhleBuster has anything that can go and reinforce to... oh, well, I say that, but here's exactly the reinforcements that he wants. And he does want to cancel it because it's already so far along that, you know, you don't want to lose all the progress that you made. But once it's finished, it's going to be so damaged. Yep, that's it for that Fiend. A little post-battle celebratory stomp coming out of this Magmadon. Stomping on through. And the Bruiser. Oh no, you got to get the gaunts out of there. Bruiser dealing quite a bit of damage with his meaty mitts. And the Cleaver, I think it's just the... I think the Cleaver's weapon is just named, like, the Butcher's Blade or something. I don't remember. Okay, and the third shrine for NightEnd is finally going to finish up. Excuse me, fourth. Here's the third. This one's already finished, and it looks like this one's a Wraithstone. No, it's getting turned into a Wraithstone. It's not there just yet. But, yeah, almost fully saturated here up at his triangle third. Fourth is finished up, and he's already got 6 Imps mining on it, or at least on the way. Yeah, it looks like he's really setting himself up. We see Ritual Chamber not upgrading anything. Presumably it's because everything has already been upgraded for the Gaunts. It should be. Yep, fully upgraded Gaunts. We don't see any upgrades for the Magmadons, and nothing for the... I don't even think there's any brutes in this army at the moment. These... oh, no Reaper's Rush for these Gaunts. Interesting. We have a couple of Weavers out as well, which will be a nice counter to the Magmadons. It does stun the Magmadons, and I believe it stops them from stomping, and it pulls them like straight into your Death Star of DPS. So it's a great way to get rid of Magmadons. Again, I wonder if there's some mind games that can be played here if you don't put your Magmadons at the very front and you wait for Weavers to waste their lashes on like a brute or something, and then once that lash is on cooldown, then you send your Magmadons forward. Like, you just wait 1.5, 2, 3 seconds for the Weavers to use their lash on something that isn't your Magmadons, and then you send your Magmadons forward. Alright, once again, it looks like the armies are going to meet up here. Lots of stomps coming out of PhleBuster. Getting fantastic connections, and here come the lashes as well. More reinforcing Magmadons coming up from the northwest there for PhleBuster, and he's going to be chasing away these Gaunts, saying, "Get back here, you scrawny little Gaunts, I'm going to get you." But the Gaunts say, "No, you can't get me. Too slow, Mr. Hammerhead Dinosaur." And NightEnd's absolutely right. Like, the Reaper's Rush is good for exactly this reason. There's nothing that can really be done to catch those Gaunts at the moment. At least not until they get... Okay, so Reaper's Rush is done for PhleBuster now. On top of that, he's got the speed camp as well. So catching these Gaunts is not just realistic, but I would say it's expected at this point. Like, you're gonna catch them. Oh, beautiful stuns on some of those Gaunts that can't get away fast enough. Oh no! Alright, couple of Nightfalls go down, and they do connect. No one really dodges the other one, which is nice to see. Such a great slugfest here. Like, look at this. Look at this little battlefield up here, just north of NightEnd's 5th. Oh my gosh, you've been expanding, dude. Oh no! There we go. I thought that Weaver was attacking his own Magmadon for a second there, which would have been pretty painful. But it looks like that shrine gets cleaned up, and both players are going to go home and call it a day. That was a lot of blood spilled. Oh no! These poor imps getting caught en route to the Therium patch. Oh, and the imps all throwing down shroud stones. He really wants to deny the Therium mining here up on from the high ground with all these shroud stones. But the rate of fire is so slow. I don't know how effective that's really going to be. What? Okay, so we do have the speed lines coming off these. Man, they look extra fast for some reason. They got the swiftness, and they're enfeebled. Oh, because they're those are slow lines, not speed lines, coming off the Wraithstone. And woo, NightEnd, you are floating some Luminite, boy. You gotta spend. Hold down the brute button if you need to. You gotta get rid of some of that Luminite, my friend. Meanwhile, PhleBuster, I think if he saves up some Luminite, actually, and he gets a dragon, he could be in a pretty good spot. But we're going to see his force coming up from the southeast of this force over here, and he might be able to do a little pincher attack here and kind of trap NightEnd kind of up in the corner here. But is there enough room to maneuver? It's really just a Hellborn that's preventing any kind of maneuvering down south here. But then again, what do you do if you're NightEnd? You just keep walking south and try to do damage to the production? Seems like there's just too much PhleBuster between you and the natural. Well, I say that, but we're back here, and we're down to just, okay, 2 Hellborn, Magmadon, and a couple of Gaunts. I love this. I love this by NightEnd. Look at me. This is my Therium. This is my double Therium now. What a Giga Sigma Turbo Chad. Just taking the camp right in front of his face, and the parade of imps. No! The little demon Charmanders are coming to take as much Therium as they can. Again, I don't know if that's advised necessarily with a lot of AoEs, with the Magmadons and the Hellborn doing as much as they can. Beautiful arc here from PhleBuster, but we see NightEnd maneuvering quite nicely as well. And do we have Molten Touch? We do. Excellent. Superstone goes down for PhleBuster. Interesting that it's not attacking the, there we go. I thought that was weird. It wasn't attacking the effigy for a second there. Alright, Magmadon mows the lawn over here into the double Luminite on PhleBuster's side of the map, and it's looking like it's going to be, yeah, 2 Magmadons and a bunch of Tier 1 units that are going to come forward and try and take out this shrine. Do see Nightfall infestations going down for both players. These imps are all trapped up against the Luminite rock, though, and a lot of them are turned into fiends, which then get quickly taken care of. Magmadon stomping on forward. And NightEnd is successfully routed for the moment. Man, triple Wraithstone here. And there's just one Shroud Stone that can actually do damage. Strange. $27 damage per hit, though, is fantastic. And here we observe the slowest fight that has ever been taken. Whoa, there's NightEnd's dragon. He does throw down his Plague Breath. Is he going to get this Hellborn? He will. 2 fiends pop out of that just from being so close to the dragon. And the dragon gets infested, which is actually really good, just because of how infest damage works. Doing that % max health damage. Here we go. Yeah, 1% max health per second. And the dragon being as tanky as it is going to be taking all kinds of damage here, but it's also regenerating a ton of shroud skin while it's flying over the shroud. Yeah, look at how fast this white health is regenerating. It's crazy. Okay, now is PhleBuster going to chase NightEnd all the way to his base? I think he could. We see some shadow flyers out over here. Ooh, pop, 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 pop. It's a lot of hull damage being done. A lot of core health damage being done. I like that. I like that better, actually. Core health instead of hull. Another Plague Breath going down. Another... Ooh, man, those Wraithstones really slowing down the Shadow Flyers. Are they going to connect? No, they don't! Interesting that the Shadow Flyers also spawn Fiends. I guess PhleBuster wants the extra money, cash from the double Shadow Demons here. And yeah, both of these players just expanding absolutely everywhere on the map. I don't think there's a single location where you can get resources that hasn't been expanded to. Yeah, everything is just spoken for at this point. Not the Central Luminite, I guess, but man, NightEnd's dragon is looking a little bruised up. I don't know how much of an engagement it'll be able to take if it comes down to 1v1. If it comes to a straight up fight, I should say. PhleBuster's up by quite a bit of supply, almost 30 supply right now. Which is actually like pretty significant. Oh no, the Shadow Flyers don't quite get the dragon. A couple of miasmas going down on NightEnd's side of the map, and miasmas on miasmas. Yeah, now it's NightEnd's turn to be pushing forward here. I think he's... Okay. I was going to say, PhleBuster could force the, fight to just, like, force NightEnd to continue walking over miasma. That'd be... it'd be super good. Superstone's getting, slowly chunked down by that Hellborn. While NightEnd finishes up at this at the speed camp, taking down the level 4 Shadow Mastiffs for a level 4 speed buff, which actually has them like zipping around. Look at that! They are cruising. Woof! And all of NightEnd's army is going to walk through those miasmas, as well as getting hit by Molten Touch. That's quite a bit of damage over time getting done there. Alright, nice stops coming out of PhleBuster's Magmadon. I don't see NightEnd's Magmadon anywhere, and I think that's quite a large amount of tank that's just gone now. Now, these Hellborn, what they need to be doing I think a lot of people have forgotten, Hellborn can attack air. You, like, focus down that dragon, and you're going to have so many problems just disappear. There we go. Down it goes. The little rack of ribs falls down to the ground and bounces once before disappearing. And now all of these buildings are PhleBusters to take down at his leisure. We're seeing the Stompy Stomps coming out of this, coming out of that Magmadon. Hexen goes down. So yeah, I think that's it for the Hexens on the map currently. The Shadow Flyers get chipped away by the Gaunts. Not that the Shadow Flyers are going to do much at the moment. Oh, and there's, well, I guess not GG, but that's the end of the game. I think NightEnd just spent so much army. He was so far behind, and he knew it was just going to be a slow death all the way across this this northern edge, all the way back to his bases. So decides to call it there. GG's, guys. PhleBuster, thank you once again for your submission. Really appreciate it, man.